Alright, so today I'm going to be tying the triangle bug, which, if you're not familiar with this fly, it's a great panfish fly year-round, especially during overcast periods, which I've been seeing a lot of down here. And it's a very simple and easy to tie fly, so I recommend this for beginners, as well as people who just want a really easy bluegill fly to fill boxes with. And the tail of this fly will be done with marabou. I have seen it be done with bucktail before. The body of this fly will be this green foam, and the legs will be these green fly legs. I have a size 8 bait holder hook in the jaws of my vise, and I generally use this. You can probably use a streamer hook, or probably a size 10 or a size 6 bait holder hook, but I use bait holder hooks for a large amount of my warm water, topwater patterns. But it's up to you, whichever you use. To start, I bring my thread back to around the point where when it's hanging just like this, it's around where the barb of the hook is. Although again, the thread base is something where there is a little bit of room to mess around with on it. And I don't want the tail to be ridiculously long, so I'm just going to start with it being about the length of the hook. And I'm just going to bring my thread around and take a nice tight wrap to secure the marabou. And now I'm going to trim it at just a little angle so I can make a bit of a thread ramp. And from here I'm going to tie in my fly legs. So, like I said, I have these nice green colored legs, and I'm going to tie them in a lot longer than they need to be, just at the midpoint. And I'm just going to trim them down once I'm done. So you can see right here, I'm getting both of the ones for this side in. I do 2 legs per side, so I just tie them in like this. And I'm going to pull them out like this, bring it back, and trim both of them to around where the hook bend extends at its furthest. So just like that. Now from here, I'm going to take the second one, and I'm going to repeat this process. And I want them to be at around the same angle, but it doesn't really matter. This is just to give the fly an extra element of being alive, which is often all it takes to get an improved strike ratio. And even after that, you'll get a better hookup ratio because the fish will stay interested in the fly longer. Now from here, I'm going to bring my thread just around so that I can bring it back to where I tied in my marabou. Now I'm going to take my my foam, and I cut this into a diamond shape because you're going to have to fold it on top of itself for it to be a triangle. I've poked a little hole in it with my bodkin or tying needle, and I'm just going to slide it up right here, bring my thread back, and now I'm just going to bring it up to the eye of the hook and pin it down like this. Now from here, I can take a nice tight wrap to secure the top layer, and I want to get that top layer in before I focus on the bottom layer, because these back legs are in the way. So actually I'm going to trim these a bit shorter, because I actually don't really want those as much as I want the front legs, so I'm just going to get rid of them altogether. So now I have this. I'm just going to take one wrap to secure that top layer of foam and just fully cover it like that. And now the second wrap, and just loop over and get the bottom layer of foam. And get the exact same thing. And now to finish off this fly, I'm going to use a little bit of chartreuse ice dub, though this is not necessary. And one thing I've found with ice dub is that it is a very, very heavily synthetic dubbing. It's made entirely of synthetic material, so it doesn't dub that well, so I recommend just licking your fingers to get it to stick just a little bit more. Alright, now from here, I'm going to take my whip finisher, and I'm just going to get as many turns as I can comfortably get in there with. And I don't really want my thread to be all that visible on this. So I'm just going to get that, trim the thread, and my fly is now complete. And this is how I personally tie the triangle bug. There are tons and tons of variations to this pattern. The one that I recommend is on the Panfish on the Fly website, and they have a really good one that uses bucktail as the tail, I believe. And I think they sort of increased the popularity of this fly through the internet, but I like this pattern a lot. It really works well for bluegill, and it will catch a stray bass here and there, so I recommend all warm water tiers try and tie a few of these. And yeah, that's going to be it for today's video. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video so you don't miss any of my future videos. And feel free to comment any of your thoughts on this video. Thank you for watching.